Good morning. Now I've got to say, this is all very strange. Never before in my life have I done Good Friday morning in my backyard and streaming to YouTube. 2020 is definitely going to be a year that we all remember. It's a year that in just a few short weeks the world changed and suddenly everybody started washing their hands like we were always meant to be doing. But you know what, eventually I'm sure things will be over and we'll go back to not washing our hands anymore. I reckon 100 or 200 years from now, people will read their history books and remember 2020 as the year of the coronavirus, but they won't be washing their hands. That bit won't have stuck with them. But Good Friday is a thing that has stuck in this world for 2,000 years. Good Friday is the day that, for Christians, our King Jesus died on the cross. It's the day that Christians think about every day, even 2,000 years later. Good Friday is the day that, regardless what else is happening in the world, remembering Good Friday, remembering Jesus' death on the cross is a thing that is much, much bigger. So I'm just absolutely thrilled that you've joined us this morning to look at Good Friday and to have some fun in some games and some activities that are around the Good Friday theme this morning. My name is Ashley. I'm the pastor of Southern Christian Church, which is a group of Christians that normally meet in the Atwell Community Centre every Sunday morning and in various other places. But obviously, we're not meeting in the Atwell Community Centre at the moment. We're meeting online and in all sorts of different ways. Now, because we're actually in my backyard with us, you're not in my backyard this morning. It'd be great for you to say hi somehow. And the way you can do that is hop on the live chat, which is somewhere, one of these directions, right? You can hop on the live chat and you can say hi, and Ali will be there and she'll say hi back. Or if you want to, if you can't get that working, because you do need a Gmail account or a YouTube account for that to work. If you can't do it that way, you'll find somewhere on the screen that there is a play@southern.org.au email address. That's a really important address. That's important because you can send a comment there. We might be a bit slower to get to the comments than we would be if you send it to the live chat. But you can also send some pictures there. So we're going to do some craft and some activities. If you want to take pictures of the things you make, you can take pictures of your family as well if you like, but we will put them on the live stream at the end. So at the end of everything, we're going to see this great big parade of every photo that's been sent in to that email address, play@southern.org.au. So as you're doing something, take a photo of whatever you feel like, preferably the craft or your family, send it in and we'll do a parade at the end. And then we can actually see who is virtually here in my backyard this Good Friday. But for now, I'm going to hand over to Jess, who's going to start the activities, and I'm going to be back in a few minutes to talk about why Good Friday is so good.
Hi everyone, so great to see you here this Good Friday morning. So my name is Jess and I run the playgroup that we have on Wednesday mornings, usually in the Atwell Community Centre. So if you're here visiting from the playgroup, a special hello to you. We're so excited that you're here. And I also run a kids program for the church on a Sunday with all the kids who are involved in the church. So hi to you guys too, super excited to have you here. And we're going to be doing some fun activities. I also want to introduce you to my friend, Meatball. Hi! This is my monkey friend, and he's going to join us a little bit this morning, aren't you? So I wanted him to say hi, and you'll get to see him a little bit later. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to make a person, just like this one I have here. So what you need is you need to get your empty toilet roll and any textures or colouring in things that you might have. So I've got a few here, and maybe some coloured paper. You might even want some string. So if you don't have those things, that's okay. If you do, grab them and come and join us here. If you don't have a toilet roll, that's also okay. You can use a piece of paper instead, like this. And you can just draw your person on there and decorate it with us. So, what does our person need? Yeah, he needs some eyes. Every person has eyes. So I'm going to draw some little eyes on my person. Here we go. One eye, two eyes. There we go. Can you see that? Beautiful. What else does my person need on his face? A mouth. He needs to be able to talk. So we're going to give him a nice, big, happy mouth. There you go. Can you do one of those on your person as well? All right. What else does our person need? He needs some arms so he can move around and do things with his hands. So you can either draw them on like I've done here, or you can cut out little strips of paper. So I've got some coloured paper here, and I'm going to cut my little strips of paper into two, and I'm going to stick my arms on my person before he rolls away. Let's see. So I've got bright orange arms for him today, because that's the way we roll. Here we go. 2 arms on our person. Look at that. He's got 2 arms. Let's see your arms too. Awesome. Okay, what else does our person need? How's he going to walk around? Yeah, he needs some legs. Let's get him some legs too. So like before, you can either draw them on, or you can get some more paper and cut it into the right size, and a bit of glue. I've just got a glue stick here. And then stick them on the bottom, 1 leg, and he needs a 2nd leg. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. My person has 2 arms and 2 legs. Now, he's looking a bit bare. I think if he's going to go out and play with his friends, he needs some clothes. Yeah, we're going to make him some clothes. So I've got another colour here, blue, but you can just use your texta if you like. And I'm going to cut out a little shape to make him some clothes, because it's good to wear clothes when you go out. Let's see. Which we're not doing at the moment, by the way. We're not going out, but my little person wants to get ready anyway. So I've got my little piece of paper here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back, like that, and stick his clothes on. Look at that. He's got bright orange arms and legs and a blue outfit. Now, I wonder, what else is he missing? What about some of this? Can he have some hair? Yes, let's give him some hair. So I've got some string here. I'm going to give him some bright red hair because that's a little bit fun. There's some string. If you don't have string, textas do just fine. So I'm going to wrap the string around my finger like this, so it comes all together like that, and then I'm going to put a nice big dollop of glue on the middle of his head, just here. And then we're going to stick the string on his head like that. Is it going to stay? Mostly. Looks like he's just got messy hair this morning. That's okay. There we go. Our person has a nice head of red hair. Beautiful. Let's see your person. Can you hold it up and show me? Wow, they all look so good. Now, what you can do is you can take a photo and send it in to play@southern.org.au, and we will show pictures of your people at the end. See, these people, we've made them because just like us, God has made lots of people. He's made you and he's made me. And he's made us all different. He's made us all special. See, I've got 2 different people and they're both special in different ways. And he's made us so that he can love us and hang out with us. So my 2 people are going to hang out. What you guys can do is you can finish decorating your people. You might want to give them a hat like I've got over here, or some accessories like coffee cups. Or you might like to make another person so you have 2 to play with. If you've done those, you can play with them at home. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pass over to Ash, and he's going to talk a little bit more about these people that God has made. Thanks.
Well, I'm back, and this is the little guy that I've made. It's a little Ash. I don't know if you can see that I've written Ash on it. This is a little me, and it's quite a bit like me. Right, it looks a bit like me. Yeah. Fairly handsome guy, in shape, I reckon. Short hair, so it looks like me. It's a way you can learn a lot about me. So you just look at this guy and you think, hey, that's a really clever idea. Look how he's decided to instead of sticking things on, he's cut things out to show the figure. And that's really clever. It's just really sloppily and poorly executed. So like if you just look at this, you can learn a lot about me. In some way, it's my image. Like, you look at this and you can learn about the one who made him. I've also got a plan for him. He's going to, after all this is done, he's going to sit up on my desk and I can have a bit of a relationship with him. I'll talk to him, he'll talk to me. Me and him, we're going to be friends. He's going to be my pride. He's going to bring glory to me by how awesomely I've made him. And he is my joy in the relationship that I have with him. But what if the unthinkable happens? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? What if he decides he doesn't want anything to do with me? Or he decides, without even realizing it, that he doesn't actually think he needs me at all. What if he decides that he wakes up one day and he finds himself sitting on my desk and thinks, I'm not sure if there's a maker or not, but I think I'm going to live my life my way. I'm not sure about the maker. There might be one out there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. I'm fine. I don't feel like I need him in my life. That's basically what every person in every century, in every country around the world has said at some point in their life, maybe for their whole lives. They think that they actually are fine without knowing their creator. Or if they know their creator, they say, actually, I can make it on my own. I don't need him. I think I'll go my own way. The Bible describes it like this. In Isaiah 53, verse 6, God says, well, the people say, we all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way. Right? We've all gone our own way. Which seems completely innocent from our point of view. Because we think we know best, and we're doing things that seem best in our own eyes. So of course it seems right to us. We're doing what makes sense to us. But you can see the problem if you start to see it from the Creator's point of view. You know, God made us for a purpose. God made us to show what He is like to the rest of the world, and to reveal Himself to the world, and to have a relationship with Him. God doesn't want to just make us and leave us to go and be in the world and do whatever. No, He actually wanted us to show Himself to the world, to be His image, and also to have a relationship with Him. But we've broken that relationship, and that's why we feel so separated from Him. So much so that people can be unaware that He's even there. To be completely unaware of God and His plans for humanity is just such a huge disrespect to our God. And it's not just a disrespect, it's actively working against the plans of God. If God's made us to show Him and we go and change ourselves and become other things that don't show God, that's working against God's plans. And if we go off and say, I don't feel like I've really got a need to know God, that's a huge blow to God's plans to have a relationship with us. So what's God going to do? Well, let's look at this little guy here. What should I do to this guy if he's decided he needs nothing from me? He just wants to go his own way. He doesn't want to know me at all. What should I do to him? I mean, my plans for him seem like they're in tatters at this point. Should I just crush him? Should I just crush him? Just recycle him? Take him apart? Make something else out of him? Should I start again with a new toilet roll? Is that what I should do? Should I crush him? Or should I just say, I'll just be cool with it. Like, that's fine. Like, he's gone his own way. He's his own little toilet roll. That's fine for him. I'm bigger than that. I can be totally cool with it. What do you reckon I should do? Should I crush him and start again? Or should I say, that's fine. I'm cool with it. Whatever he wants to do, that's fine with me. Now, you've got a chance to answer. Jess is going to do some games with us in a minute. But while she's doing those games, how about you put in the live chat what you reckon I should do? Should I crush him? Or should I say, nah, I'm cool with it. That's fine. And I'll be back soon.
Thanks, Ash. Well, Meatball and I have come back and we've got another activity for you. Well, thinking, what shall we do while we wait for the answer to that question? What shall we do, Meatball? We should have an Easter egg hunt. That's such a good idea, Meatball. I love Easter egg hunts. But where are there any Easter eggs? I don't know where they might be. Can you help me find some Easter eggs? See if you can find any on the screen now. Did you find some, Meatball? Yeah, where are they? Ah, they're up there, all above my head. Yeah, well, kids, how about you help me find some of my Easter eggs that are hiding above my head? How many can you find? Can you find a green Easter egg? Have a look. Oh, Meatball's looking. Can he find it? He found one. Where is it? It's up the top. He's going to try and eat it. Nom, 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 nom. Wow, we found the green Easter egg. What other eggs do we have? Let's see. Do we have any orange spotty ones? Let's go have a look. Meatball's having a look. Can he see one? No, it's not in the tree. Or he's found it. Where is it? It's over here. He's going to try and eat that one too. Nom, 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 nom. Nice. Are they nice tasting Easter eggs, Meatball? No, because they're not chocolate. Well, let's keep looking for some more Easter eggs. What can we find? Is there a pink one somewhere? Let's go looking. They're not on the bench or behind the bench. Nope. Oh, where are they? He found it. Oh, and he's going to try and eat this one too. Meatball doesn't learn, does he? Well, I think we might have 2 more to look for. Let's see. What about our blue one? Oh, I like blue. It's my favourite colour. Is it, Meatball? Good to know. Let's find the blue one then. Oh, it's behind the tree. He's found it behind the tree. Nice job, Meatball. You're very good at finding these eggs. Yes. I hope you're helping us find them too. Let's see who can find the last egg. One more egg. It's a stripy one. Lots and lots of stripes on it. Can you find the stripy one? That's the green one, Meatball. We found that already. Yeah, what about... Is it there? Yeah, it's there. It's the yellow one. Yeah, let's go find the yellow one. Nom, 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 nom. Well done, Meatball. How many eggs did you find? Can you count them? Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 eggs. Yeah, good counting, Meatball. There are 5 eggs. Now, I wonder if we can find any more eggs in Ash's back garden. Would you like that? Yes, Meatball wants to go on another Easter egg hunt. Well, we've got some eggs hidden in the garden. Let's see if you can find them. All right, go find the eggs and we'll come back in a few minutes. Welcome back, kids and adults too. How did you go in your Easter egg hunt? Did you find some eggs? I found lots and lots of eggs. Did you, Meatball? Did you have fun? Meatball enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Well, why do we have eggs at Easter? That's a great question, Meatball. Let's have a think about that now. What happens with eggs? Well, Eggs are where new life comes from. When you have a chicken egg, that's where you get little baby chickens hatching from. So we have eggs because Easter is partly about new life. And we're excited about that. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Well, why don't we let you guys make your own Easter eggs and then you can have your own egg hunts at home. Yeah, Meatball loves that idea. Well, what you need to do is grab a piece of paper like this and some colouring in implements, items like my texters. We're going to draw some eggs on the paper to look like these ones I've done already. All right, so we're going to draw some circles or some ovals. I'm going to do 6. I'm going to draw, oh, that's a bit lumpy. I've got 1 egg here in the top corner and you can do 6 more over all the other spots. 2, got 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't matter if they're all different shapes and sizes. I've got some Easter eggs here now, and what you can do, kids, is you can decorate them. You can use different colours like I've done over here on the ones I did before. Some spots, oh no, that's waves. Some waves over here, some spots over here, and some different coloured stripes. So you can decorate your eggs and later you can come back with your scissors and you can cut them all out like this. And then you can hide them around your garden and find them just like we've been doing. So while you go and do that, Ash is going to come and answer our question, what shall we do? But while he's doing that, you can also take a photo of your eggs and send them in because we would love to see your creativity. Cool. Thanks, Ash. He's going to explain the answer to our question now.
All right, well, thanks to everyone who gave me some advice on what I should do about my toilet roll man who's decided to go his own way, who's completely ignored the plans that I had for him. I'll just go through. I've got crush him, it's what he deserves. Set him on fire, I think is what the Hofstras have suggested. Crush him, yeah. Crush. Oh no, be nice to the toilet paper man. Okay, he's got one friend. I know Loretta also says, poor toilet roll man, he doesn't know any better. I've tried to explain it to him a few times, he's just not responding at all, I feel. And I say set fire to him. Okay, that's quite true. I wasn't planning to do fire in my backyard this morning, but all right. Ferg says that's fair. Okay, so it seems like he's going to die. Like that's it. It's crushing time. The problem is, I actually love this little guy. The problem is, I've made him. I really care for him, and I actually really love him. So I really don't want to crush him. That's not something that's going to bring me any joy at all. So maybe I should just go the be cool with it option. Sorry, all your suggestions of crush him. I feel like I just want to be cool with it. But as I think about it, that's not really a great option either, because I actually did have purposes for him, and purposes really matter. Like, you can't just break someone's purposes and think it doesn't matter. Like, you know this if you've ever bought something and you had a plan for it. Like say you bought a car. Imagine you buy a car and you get the keys and you go and sit in it and you try to turn it on and it just doesn't go. This is a car that doesn't actually run. That's just not okay, is it? You know, being like, hey, that's cool. Okay, I had a purpose for it. I was hoping that it would drive me to the shops and back when the quarantine was over, but I'll just be cool with it. Like, I can sit outside of things and say, yeah, my purposes were one thing, but the car's got its own ideas. No, we wouldn't say that, would we? If we've got a purpose for something, we'd say that things need to live up to their purpose. And this guy had a purpose, and he hasn't lived up to it. Just like all humans have not lived up to the purposes that God has made for them. Now, I get that a car and a person are different. I do understand the difference. Well, like, a car is just a machine, and a person is a human being. Like, there's a huge difference. But I wonder if we just see that distinction because we're the human being. And in some ways, actually, yeah, human beings are completely different to cars. Human beings are made in the image of God to reflect God. So completely different to a car. But in another way, cars are things created by humans for a purpose. And human beings are things created by God for a purpose. And God is someone not created. He's eternal. So in that sense, we've actually got a lot more in common with a car that's built for a purpose than we do with God, who builds with purpose. So purposes actually matter. It's not just okay to say that he can go his own way, he can shatter my purposes, and that's fine. And even if you don't like the car person analogy, even among people, we have expectations on each other. Like as a society, we say if you steal, if you rob, if you're violent, you go to jail. The person who's going to jail thinks, hey, this is not what I want. Can't you just be cool with it? Can't you let me go my own way? We say, no, as a society, we've decided that those things are not okay. We've got purposes, we've got expectations for each other. And we'll put people in jail if we think that they're not fitting it. Well, if people can do that to other people, how much more can God who made us say, I've got a purpose for you guys, and that purposes really matter and they can't just be put aside. I can't just say, I'm cool with you, ignoring my purposes. Okay, so I don't want to crush him because I love him, but it's also not okay for me to say, I'm cool with it. He can ignore the purposes and go his own way. There's another reason I can't just say I'm cool with it. It's because it's just plain dangerous for him. Like suppose he says, I'm going to go my own way. He doesn't want to sit on my desk anymore. He doesn't want to sit next to my computer having a conversation with me from time to time. He's not interested in that. He wants to be free. He wants to roam the world. He says, I'd like to swim across the ocean. That's what this little toilet roll paper guy. He says, I want to swim across the ocean. I want to be free. And if you don't let me be free, if I'm not allowed to go swim in the ocean, then I'm trapped. I'm not free to be who I am. Well, like as his maker, I can say, guy, like swimming across the ocean, that is just a terrible plan. Like you are made of cardboard. I made you. I understand how you work. Swimming across the ocean, that's just not going to end well at all. In fact, I'm going to make a command. Thou shalt not go swimming at all. Like point blank, no swimming for you at all. That's a rule I'm going to lay down. Am I being harsh, or am I actually helping him to be who he is, who he's meant to be? But the problem is, despite the instructions of God, over centuries and centuries, people like sheep have wandered. People have just, like a dumb animal, a sheep just wanders off and goes its own way and ignores the life-saving instruction of the God who made them. Basically, every damaging human personality type you can think of, the greedy person, the violent one, the manipulator, they're all just examples of where humans ultimately can go when they wander away from the God who made them, who knows how they operate as themselves in relationship with God and in relationship with each other. God made us. God knows how we should operate for the best of human flourishing. And when we say, no, I'm going to go my own way, of course we end up in worse places. So it's not okay for God to say, no, I'm just going to be cool with it. Like, you want to go for a swim? That's fine. That's not actually good for him, is it? So what does God do? He loves people, and he loves people. He doesn't want to crush them, but he also doesn't want to let them go their own way. He can't just say, I'm cool with whatever you do. Well, what he does is forgive with a way to bring people back to him. He forgives people in such a way that people can be reconciled back to God. They can come back into a relationship with God. But forgiveness is really hard. We throw around statements all the time. I just forgive and forget. You guys have got this grudge. Why don't you just forgive and get over it? It's really easy to say that until you're the one that has to do the forgiving. As soon as you're the one who has to do the forgiving, you realise, forgiveness is really expensive. Say you lend me $100 a week ago, and I come back to you this week and say, sorry, look, I just don't have the money. Can you just forgive me? Like, I really still want to be friends with you, but I just can't pay you back the $100. Can we still be friends? Can you just forgive me? And you say, yeah, I love you enough, Ash, that I'll forgive this. And we're friends again. The relationship's great. Except, where's the $100? You haven't got it back. So I had a debt and you've forgiven my debt, but you could only forgive it because you absorbed it. You're the one who's out of pocket $100. And the more I owe you, the harder and the more expensive it is for you to forgive me. And in one sense, this guy and all people under God have got literally a crushing debt. We have a debt of crushing. This guy deserves to be crushed, just like we all deserve to be crushed. Forgiveness is really expensive. So how's God going to do it? Well, what God does is to forgive us, he enters the world himself as the perfect man. Okay? We know him as Jesus. So God enters the world in the man Jesus. And Jesus lives a perfect life. He is debt-free, which, being debt-free in your 30s is really impressive. I know very few 30-year-olds who are debt-free, but Jesus in his 30s is completely debt-free. under God. But he takes the debt that we deserve. Where we wander away, every single one of us, like a sheep has gone astray, we wander away. Jesus, when he dies on the cross, takes the debt that we deserve. Jesus is crushed. Stronger than I thought. But nonetheless, he was crushed on the cross. And the Bible describes it like this in Isaiah 53 verse 6. We all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. Our crushing debt has gone on him. He's the one that took it on Good Friday, on a Roman cross 2,000 years ago. And in his death, by absorbing the debt, he's opened up a way for us to turn around and come back. Because he's taken everything that stands between us and God. We can actually come back. We can have a relationship with God again. We can look on the cross and say, that's what I deserve, but it's been taken for me. I'm clean now and I can come back to God. And I want to. I don't want to go my own way. I don't want to keep on living my own purposes. I want to find out what God's purposes are now that he's made a way for me to come back. Now, we can still go our own way. We can walk away. We can say, no, I'm still going to walk my own way. In that case, we find our own crushing debt. We'll have to deal with that later on. But now's a great opportunity to say, I don't want to deal with my own crushing debt. I want to come back. I want to come back. And Good Friday is the day that made that possible. So here's the question for you. Whether you're a Christian, have been a Christian for many years, or whether you're just finding out about Jesus today, which way are you going to go? Are you going to say, no, I want to live my own life, but I don't need a God, and if the Christians are right, then I'll deal with my crushing debt later? Or do you want to say, I'm interested to find out more about this Jesus? If I've got a crushing debt and he can pay it, and if I've got a purpose and coming back to him, I can find out what the actual purpose is for my life by my Maker. I want to find out about that. You decide which way you want to go. Have a think about that. And while you think about that, Jess is going to look at what happened after Good Friday 2,000 years ago.
Hi again. Well, we've come back to join you, but before we continue, we've had a few comments come through about some of the activities. One of them was saying that they haven't finished their person craft yet, and I just wanted to say that's totally okay, because my person that I did before, guess how long it took me? It took me a good 10-15 minutes, and I had a lot of fun. So it's a great activity to continue with all this morning and maybe later. And in case you're worried about not having your picture showing up, we're going to show the pictures that come through at the end once we're finished. So keep sending those in. We've already had lots of great pictures and we're loving seeing what you guys are doing. Well, we're wanting to find out what happened to Jesus. Yeah, where is he? Well, we're going to go and find him. You see, what happened when Jesus died is he was taken to a tomb. Ooh, and buried? Yeah, he was buried in a tomb. That's how they buried people back when Jesus was around. So, we're going to go and find Jesus. Can you help me find Jesus? Yeah, there are some tombs here. Yeah, Meatball, there are. We have 3 tombs. Yeah, and we're going to see which one Jesus is in. I want you guys to guess. Where is Jesus? Yeah, where is Jesus? Well, I wonder, which one do you think he's in, Meatball? Meatball has picked the middle one. Yeah, let's have a look. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3. Where is Jesus? Yeah, where is Jesus? He's not here. No, he's not there, Meatball. Well, maybe we just found the wrong tomb. Let's go look at the other tombs and see. Maybe Jesus is hiding there. Yeah? Where is Jesus? Let's have a look. No, not that one. You think he's in here? Yeah, let's try this one. Ready? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. No, Jesus! He's not here! No, he's not there either, Meatball. I wonder where he is. Is he in the last tomb, do you think? Maybe this was the right tomb and we got a bit mixed up at the beginning. Yeah, Meatball thinks so. Well, let's have a look. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jesus is not here. we've checked all the tombs and Jesus is not here. Where do you think he is, kids? Where did Jesus go? I know. Do you, Meeple? Where do you think he's gone? He's not here. He's risen. Whoa, Meeple, that's cool. How could Jesus rise if he was buried? Well, he's pretty special. I think he's the king, and that means he rose from the dead. Yeah, I think he is king because he rose from the dead. That's so exciting. That's why we're so excited at Easter, because Jesus was crushed, and that was great for us because we don't have to be crushed. But he didn't stay dead. He's risen, and that's why we celebrate. Well, kids, before Ash comes back and wraps up, we're going to listen to a story about the very first Easter. You're going to see the pictures on the screen, so follow along and listen to what happened to Dave the donkey and his grandpa.
This story is about the very first Easter. It's called Dave the Donkey by Andrew McDonough. Dave the donkey was so excited. He'd been watching all week for Grandpa Donkey to get back from Jerusalem. Dave had some big news he'd been waiting to share with him. Grandpa, guess what? I carried the king into Jerusalem. You're joking, Dave. No, Grandpa, I carried the king. I was standing out the front, minding my own business, when the king's servant untied me and led me to the king. The king jumped on my back and we charged down the hill and up the mountain to Jerusalem. The crowd waved palm branches and everybody cheered. Hooray for the king! Long live the king! We said goodbye and I headed home, leaving the king to get on with the job of being king. So, Grandpa, you've been in Jerusalem since then. Tell me what happened next. Did the crowd keep cheering for the king? Well, Dave, the crowd were yelling for the king. Wow, said Dave, and I'm sure all the leaders came to meet him. Yes, sighed Grandpa. The king did meet all the leaders. And, Grandpa, they would have placed a golden crown upon his head. They certainly crowned the king, but the crown wasn't made of gold. The throne, Grandpa. They must have led the king into the palace, sat him on the throne and cheered, "Long live the king! Long live the king!" No, Dave, sighed Grandpa. There was no throne. They led the king out of Jerusalem and they nailed him to a cross. Dave was stunned. A cross? So the king, the king is dead? No, Dave. The king was dead. The king was placed in a tomb, and the tomb was sealed with a heavy stone. But now the king is alive. He was dead, but the tomb is empty, and the king is alive. Dave stared across the valley to Jerusalem as the strange and wonderful news rolled through his mind. The king was dead, but now he's alive. Grandpa, asked Dave, did you ever carry someone special that you'll never forget? Yes, Dave, said Grandpa. As a matter of fact, I did. It was long ago, on a starry night like this. I carried someone special that I will never forget. Long live the king, Dave. Long live the king. The end.
So the king died, but the king is alive again. He did not stay dead. He lives again, and it's in his resurrection that we get the promise of our own resurrection. It's in his life that we get the promise of our own life. When he died and he took away all our sin, all our guilt and all our shame, he took away everything that stands between us and God. But when he lives, he gives us the promise of life forever with him and with God. Following Jesus in this life is a path full of challenges. Actually, it's really hard, having walked away from God, it's really hard to turn back. It's really hard to turn back. But there is a path of forgiveness that's open to us. Through the death and resurrection of Jesus, there's a path of forgiveness and life that we can take. If you're not a Christian, I'd love to talk with you sometime more about this. Sometimes we get together in little groups of people who are exploring and finding out more about Jesus, so that we can go back to basics, look at the stories, look at the history, look at the evidence, and say, who is this Jesus character? Can I find out more about him? Is he actually everything that the Christians say he is? If that's something you'd like to do, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. We'd love you to sign one of the contact cards and get in touch with us, and we'd love to do that together. We can even do it over the internet. But also, the next great step for you to do would just be to come along Sunday morning. So today's Friday. On Sunday morning, we'll be celebrating the resurrection. It'll be more like a traditional service, just as traditional as we can do while we're on the internet. We'll have a longer Bible reading, and we'll spend a bit of time exploring what it means that Jesus was raised from the dead. So come back on Sunday morning. We'd love to see you there. I'm just going to finish up now with a super short prayer. If you're a Christian, you can pray this with me. If you're not a Christian, but you think you're interested, you can join in this as well. I'm going to pray. Father God, I think that I have walked away from you. I think that at some point in my life, maybe for a long time, I have not been interested in you. But God, I'm interested. I want to come back. If Jesus has taken my debt, I want to know about that. I want to understand it. Please, God, make that plain to me. Put people in my life, put understanding, put your spirit in me so that I can know it. And help me come back to you. And help me live a life of resurrection, and help me live a life with you. We ask for this in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, we're finished this morning, except that now we're going to have the parade. So thank you everyone who's been sending in photos. I think there's quite a few that come in. So we're going to have a parade of all the different characters that people have made. And I'm going to maybe just hand over to Jess to say goodbye as well. I'll see you on Sunday.
Thanks for joining us. Just one more thing, if you are involved in Playgroup, you can jump onto our page as well and send us a message that way. It's great to see you. See you later.